So we're out here getting some pictures at Azalea Gardens. Trying to get some scenic pictures for the bucked up stuff. Trying to make it look pretty whenever we post it, you know? Maybe I'll get a few pictures out here too because, you know, looking good. I don't even know if you can hear me over this water, but this is the type of work we be doing for pictures. There you know, this dude out here posing up with this water bottle. And that's the energy drink. Yes, sir. Okay, you getting the angles right, a little behind the scenes of a photo shoot. Okay, putting in the props. Alright, so we just got done getting some pics at Azalea Gardens, WRAL. Pretty solid. Go like them on Instagram. Noah Honeycutt 25 underscore. It's in there somewhere. I'll post it. But we're gonna head to Dorothea Dix. There's some railroads over there. We're gonna get some pictures there. And then we're gonna head to downtown, try and get some pictures, maybe climb on top of some roofs and stuff, get some nice scenic pictures. But yeah. All right, and we are here at Dorothea Dix. Railroads right here. We're gonna get some pictures. Fun fact about Dorothea Dix, it used to be an insane asylum, so it's actually a perfect place for me because I'm insane. All right, boys, so here we are. Found the top of the parking deck. We're gonna get some pictures up here. I'm in the car now. He's trying to take some photos. He wanted to go up there and get some. I could leave right now. I could leave right now. Just leave him stranded. He would have a long ass walk if I just left him right now. He's lucky I'm a good person, because he'd be in trouble. What's he want? This man out here putting his life on the line to get some pictures. Life on, look at this. Look at that drop. We're like 9, 10 stories up right now. And he just chilling. Alright. Got some pictures of the supplements. Gonna take some pictures of me now. I'll sit you right here so you can watch. I hope you enjoyed.
KZK visuals in the making.
Yeah, I made the mistake of staring at the sun. The sun's right here. I was staring at the sun the whole time, so don't do that unless you want to go blind. Same with masturbation. It's climate time. It's not very high, but it's a rooftop access, so it'll work.
Hey, it says there's a fine.
I got money. All right, time to come down. All right, so we're done taking photos here now. It's time for us to head out. He's gonna get these edited, send them to me because he's my little bitch. Yeah, so now we're gonna get into the chest and back workout. Okay, so for today's workout, we're actually gonna be hitting some chest and back. I love doing chest and back together. It's one of my favorite days of the week because if you get a big enough pump in your chest and a big enough pump in your back, it almost feels like she's holding you again. Okay, so starting off here with some pre-exhaustion, going to be hitting chest flies and supersetting with rear delts to get my chest and back muscles engaged and get ready for the workout. For flies, make sure to keep your shoulders back and chest up to get a nice contraction on your chest, and go as far back as you can comfortably to get a full stretch. After that, we're going to move on to rear delts. For the rear delts, you want to make sure you're pushing out with your elbows and not with your hands. So I like to rest my hands on the handle instead of actually grabbing it, winky face, just to make sure that I do the movement right. I want to push out with my elbows to really make the rear delts do the work. If I'm pushing out with my hands, then it's more of a shoulder or an arm workout. So make sure you push through the elbows. Go light on these, aim for about 4 sets of 20 each. Moving on, we're going to be doing flat dumbbell bench press. I personally prefer dumbbells over barbell just because I feel a better stretch and contraction in my chest in comparison to the barbell. Before I get into the movement though, I have to look at myself in the mirror and hype myself up. Noticed how small my calves were, so I had to do a couple of calf raises before I actually got into the movement. The reason I prefer dumbbells is because chest fibers run horizontally through your body. So with dumbbells, you can move the weight out and in, whereas with the barbell, you're only going up and down, so you're not really getting a stretch on the fibers. I feel barbells personally work better for strength training, but dumbbells work better for gaining size. Once I finally started the exercise, I aimed for about 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps, really focusing on the stretch at the bottom of the rep, aiming for about a 90-degree bend in my elbows. And then on the last set, I aimed to fail around the 5th or the 6th rep before completing a drop set, so I dropped the weight and then just did as many as I could after I failed. Alright, so now I'm going to be moving on to my compound movement for back. I was going to do bent over rows, but I just couldn't resist this machine. It's one of my favorites for back training, and it's normally occupied by somebody, so it's never open for me to use. I'm doing a unilateral movement here, meaning I'm training one side at a time while the other side rests. I like to incorporate these into my workouts because I feel it helps balance out, whereas in bilateral movements, one side may take over and cause imbalances. With this exercise, I'm trying to pull through my elbow again instead of my arm to force my back to pull the weight without incorporating biceps into the movement. Also, instead of gripping the handle with my offhand, I'm trying to hold my upper body still by pressing my forearm onto the front of the chest support. This keeps momentum from swinging the weight back and instead puts all the stress on my back. With this exercise, I really try to focus on a slow and controlled eccentric before pulling the weight back again. I feel it stretches the muscle more, and I love the way it feels. Again, for this exercise, I'm doing about 4 sets of 8 to 12, and then doing a drop set on the final set. Now that I've finished working each muscle group alone, I'm going to move into a couple of supersets of chest and back to really exhaust the muscles. A superset just means that I'm going to be doing 2 exercises back to back with no rest in between. For this superset, I'm going to be using this lat pull down machine. I will be doing these with a supinated grip or underhand grip. I like doing these with an underhand grip because it allows you to pull the weight down further in comparison to overhand. In addition to working the lats, doing underhand also incorporates your biceps, abs, shoulders, and upper back. The way I'm doing these pull downs is in a variation called 21s. What that means is I'm doing 7 reps on one side, 7 reps on the other side, and then 7 reps all together. So 7, 7, 7 equals 21. I like to incorporate this variation into my workouts because it allows you to do a unilateral movement and engage that part of the muscle and create a strong mind-muscle connection, and then finish with a bilateral movement to really tear down the muscles. I also like this machine because it always feels like getting in and out of a roller coaster. Find excitement where you can. After I've finished the pull downs, I'm going straight into a hammer strength chest press variation. This specific machine targets the upper chest to help build more of a well-rounded chest. Again, like the pull downs, I'm going to be doing 21s on this machine as well. I really like this machine for upper chest because it actually moves in as you push out, then moves out as you bring the weight back in. This helps with getting that full stretch on the chest muscle and really tearing down the fibers. With this exercise, I'm keeping my shoulders pinched back and my chest up in order to make a strong mind-muscle connection. I keep my thumbs out instead of wrapped around the handle as a way to keep all of the tension on my chest and not incorporate my triceps. This is definitely one of my favorite chest movements and the one I feel the most tension with. For this superset, I'll be doing 3 sets of each exercise, increasing the weight with each set. For the last superset, I'm going to start with upper to lower chest flies. This is my all-time favorite variation of cable flies as it really targets the lower chest. Me personally, I think that having a big lower chest and creating an overhanging pec really makes the chest look good. For this exercise, I'm doing a bit of a lighter weight and focusing on the stretch at the top and then trying to maintain tension at the bottom. When you do this exercise, try to keep your shoulders pinched back at the top of the movement, and then as you pull the weight down, your shoulders are going to rotate, but try not to push with your shoulders. And you can't see it, but the way I'm set up, I actually have one foot about a foot in front of the other to create a sense of balance. This helps keep the weight from pulling me back as I perform the eccentric movement. Another way to target the lower chest is through doing chest dips. As soon as I finish doing the chest flies, I immediately move into my favorite exercise for targeting my lats, standing lat pull downs. Standing lat pull downs with the rope are great not only for building mass in your lats, but also for hitting the serratus, which are the muscles that look like shark gills on the side of the rib cage. I love this exercise because you can get a full stretch at the top of the movement, which feels amazing at the end of a back workout. For setting up for this movement, I stand back far enough to where the cable still pulls when my arms are fully stretched. I keep my head down at the top, and as I pull the weight down, I slowly stand up, creating a slight arch in my back and keeping my knees slightly bent. You have to be careful not to bend your arms when doing this exercise, or you're going to take the focus off of your back and onto your triceps. For this exercise, I did about 3 sets of 12 to 15